Hello, my name is Heather. Welcome to my channel. I saw my first spring perfumes video yesterday, which makes me think I probably need to start thinking about and filming my spring video next. Thank you, previous Heather, who filmed that snowy introduction. So obviously we're shooting a spring fragrance video, and it does not feel like spring yet, but so by the time you see this, it will be springtime. It was springtime. I think I'm planning on posting this 2 days after the official, first day of spring. So it's springtime. These fragrances here, I'm gonna first go into, fragrances that I pretty much wear exclusively during the spring, which I think are good recommendations. Then I will also, talk a little bit about some of the things I'm testing, or decants I sort of saved for testing for the spring specifically. So a couple of other things that I'm going to be smelling like. This is the Good Sense Sandalwood Rose. This is a rose hip fragrance as opposed to roses specifically. And it's got sort of creaminess from the sandalwood that's in here. It's not a super long lasting fragrance because this is the Good Scent is something you can get at Winners and Marshalls and TJ Maxx, I think, in America. It only lasts about 1 or 2 hours, but it's great for going to bed and just a very casual some sort of situation where you don't need a long lasting fragrance. Obviously the rosiness of this makes this very a spring scent for me. So that is the Good Sense Sandalwood Rose. This is a little guy that I'm going to be finishing up this spring. This is Marc Jacobs Perfect. This is Narcissus and rhubarb and almond milk. So it's got a very kind of unusual notes when you look at it, but it ends up being the base of this is very cedar wood and almond milk and stuff, which sounds like it's very could be a lot heavier than it is, but the rhubarb sort of makes it brighter and lighter, and it's a great little spring fragrance. I don't think I would buy a full bottle of this. I haven't previously, but every time I end up with a tester or a mini like this, I do really enjoy this scent when I wear it. That's Marc Jacobs Perfect. The next fragrance, which I think is great for spring, this is Fraise Fouettée by Gourmand. This is a strawberry milkshake fragrance. It's often touted as. It's got a banana note, so for me personally, it's very much strawberry banana milkshake. It feels maybe it would be a little bit too much, too thick for summer, but it's too light for fall and winter. So I think it's not an ideal spring fragrance. Maybe it's gotten a bit stronger since I wore it last, because I bought it last year, so now it's been sitting for a while. Previously, when I've worn this, it has not lasted a super long time, but I'm excited to wear it. So that's Fraise Fouettée by Gourmand. This next fragrance is Cranberry Musk by Arabiyat. This is something that I don't have a lot of experience with, and I'll tell you why. I bought this in the fall, and it struck me immediately as a very spring fragrance. It was also very light at the time, and with a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances, you're told to let them sit for a few months. So it's been sitting for a few months. But this is cranberry and lotus, which makes it sort of a watery cranberry, which is kind of interesting. The cranberryness sort of gives it a tartness, which makes it feel more like not really a summer fragrance, more of a spring fragrance. And that, yeah, the wateriness sort of gives it it's not really fall or winter. So ideal for spring, I think. I'll be seeing how this goes. Can't really speak to the longevity or anything like that yet. Looking forward to wearing this and seeing if it works out or not for me, because this was a blind buy. This is Arabiyat's Cranberry Musk. Next up for spring is Lolita Lempicka's So Sweet. This is a cherry fragrance, and what makes this more most of the cherries that I wear tend to be very much fall winter fragrances for me. What makes this more of a spring scent to me is that it's a cherry citrus fragrance. The citrus, or I think it's orange in this, sort of gives it a brightness that doesn't feel like it suits fall and winter. It makes it much more of a spring fragrance. But I also feel like cherries may be a little bit too much in the summer. So warmer weather, this is perfect. So that's So Sweet by Lolita Lempicka. This next fragrance is Gisou's Honey Infused Hair Perfume. This perfume smells like garden fairies flitting around a garden, and this is very sparkly and light, but it's got florals and a light honey in it. Because honey can get too animalic, particularly for me. I struggle with honey a little bit, but this one is very light and sweet. So I just picture flowers and bees, which is the ideal spring image, right? That's what I picture. I picture little garden fairies flying around flowers and bees buzzing and florals, all very stereotypically spring. So that's Gisou's Honey Infused Hair Perfume. This next one is a mini that I'm probably going to be finishing. This is Miss Dior by Dior. This is the 2024 version. So this is the one that's got the strawberry note in it. Got this sample as like a freebie from like Sephora. It's like a nice strawberry scent. I feel like this is like one of those, like, the best way to describe this is sort of like an office appropriate fragrance. I don't think it's like super necessarily like groundbreaking or particularly interesting, but like I do like it more than I thought I would. Interesting enough for me to like finish up this like little mini. That's Miss Dior. This next one is Piper and Perro's Froth. This is a taro scent, which is something I've been looking for. There's not a lot of them. So this is like taro and like milk and tea. So all of those things combined together, it makes it very like, this is probably one of the most powdery scents I own because I don't really have a tendency towards those, but there's like, the sweetness makes it a little bit more palatable to me. It's a really like interesting scent that like, I don't think you would find anywhere else. It smells like a very milky bubble tea. It's a gourmand, but it's not so like such a gourmand that you cannot wear it in like warmer weather. In fact, I think it's ideal for warmer weather. That is Piper and Perro's Froth. Speaking of like light and powdery, because I've got another one here. This is Jo Malone's Mimosa and Cardamom. This again is combination of like the floral mimosa with like the cardamom, sort of give it like, it's floral and a little bit spicy, and then overall it comes off as very, very powdery, which I really like. It's not too powdery for me. The spiciness gives it a little bit of like a kick. I really enjoy this. This is Jo Malone's Mimosa and Cardamom. This is Skylar's Sunkissed Dahlia. So obviously Dahlia is floral. Florals for spring. Shocking. This doesn't smell super floral to me. This actually smells more like apple to me, but it's like softer, crunchier apple as opposed to like a green apple or anything like that. It smells very like fresh and sweet and sort of like almost like a little bit aquatic in a way. It just gives spring vibes in that way. It's really wonderful. Sunkissed Dahlia by Skylar. This next one it's a classic. This is Burberry Her. This is the original version. I have a very big bottle of it. This I only wear it in the spring. This is strawberry and blackberry. It's very, very fruity. I don't find it as like strawberry milkshake as other people talk about it being. It is more like, I would say almost like strawberry gelato in a way. It's like less creamy. This is one I get lots and lots of compliments on when I do wear it. It gets compared to Baccarat Rouge a lot, and I don't find that at all, actually. I don't find that it smells similar at all. It smells fruity to me, where Baccarat does not. It's delightful, so it's just a great spring fragrance. So that is Burberry Her, the original. These next two fragrances are the same company, but like I wear them in the fall as well, so they're spring and fall fragrances to me, just because they're like a little too much in the summer, they're not quite enough in the winter, so spring and fall is like ideal time. This first one is Sugar Milk's Cranberry Soda. This is like cranberry ginger ale to me, so it's like got like the tartness of the cranberry and it's very sparkly. This is probably the best cranberry fragrance I found so far in my like cranberry hunt. Unfortunately, I don't think you can buy this off their website anymore. I think this has been discontinued, but it's really lovely. That's Sugar Milk's Cranberry Soda. And the second one is also from Sugar Milk. This is Fluffy Jiggly Cheesecake. You would think that like a cheesecake fragrance, when you picture a cheesecake, would be really like dense and thick and like more for like fall and winter, but because it's like fluffy jiggly cheesecake, it's more like a Japanese cheesecake, if you've ever had one of those. It's much like lighter and whipped. And you'd also be like, does it smell like cream cheese? And yeah, it kind of does, but it is very like a mixed with sugar. It's really beautiful and interesting, and it smells like almost a little toasty in a way too. Sugar Milk's Fluffy Jiggly Cheesecake. The next segment of this video is going to be things that I will be testing in the spring. So I've saved all these decants from like summer last year onwards because I thought they'd be better to test in the spring. They're spring fragrances to me, so I've saved all these. I'm going to test them out. I have till the end of spring to wear all these and finish them, and that's how I sort of deal with decants, as I give myself deadlines. So I will be finishing all these decants by the end of spring, and we'll see about them. But this is what I'm sort of testing for spring this year. The first is actually this brand whose name I can't say, Sucreabeille. I don't know. Sucreabeille. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce this name. You know how to pronounce that? Let me know, because I don't know. Anyways, this is Peach Cream. This is, I believe, a discontinued fragrance, which is really unfortunate because I would actually buy a full bottle of this if it were available. So I hope it comes back. I don't know that it will. I don't know if this company brings back fragrances like that or not. Because I'm also pretty sure that I got this brand because they were just trying to get rid of the stock of things they don't make anymore. But this is lovely. It's peaches and cream. It's literally what it says it is. Now, if I can't get this, I'm on the hunt for a peaches and cream fragrance as opposed to like, oh, there's a lot of like boozy peaches or like spicy peaches. I want peaches and cream. I want this. So I would love for this to come back, but I have a little bit of this left. So I'll be using that up in the spring. I also have like a little decant here of Gritty's Tutu Extrait. I've acquired a little sample of this before. It's nice. It's like very like pink. Tutu's like a good name for it. It's nice. I like it enough to wear this little decant. This is a little bit of a more of a greener territory than other things that I wear. But again, I'm sort of like dabbling into green slightly a little bit. So we're testing Denam's Monsoon Tea, a tea fragrance. I'm looking forward to trying that out. Another thing I will be testing, I've already had like a mini of this before, so I really do know how this smells. And it smells nice enough that I will wear it anytime I acquire it. I don't know that I would purchase this, but this is Aerin's Mediterranean Honeysuckle. This is a grapefruit fragrance. Like there are florals in there, certainly. I really noticed the grapefruit more than anything. Yeah, it's nice. I'll wear this little sample. The next two are actually part of a set. So this is Sarah Baker's Pastel Rumors and Rococo Pie. These are part of the Peach trilogy. They come out as a set. I think there are plans to like sell them separately. The third one in this was the, I guess, kind of viral Peach's Revenge. These to me all smell very nice, but they all smell too similar to Peach's Revenge because I've had decants of Peach's Revenge before, and these don't smell different enough from each other or different enough from Peach's Revenge. You know, if you know what I'm trying to say, like they all sort of smell too similar to each other, but they do smell nice. They all smell nice, but I don't think if you had Peach's Revenge, you need to seek these out or like pick one over the other. I think they all just pick one and it's fine. But these are nice enough that I will be wearing those. These next two that I will talk about are both from Mind Games. This first one is Leonara. This is an apricot scent. I'll be testing this out. I don't remember it too well. I remember I really liked it and that it lasted decently, but then I don't remember really what it smelled like. So I guess that sort of says that it says what I think, that it's nice, but not particularly memorable. I got a little bit more of this next one because I really like it a lot. This is Counterplay by Mind Games. This is a fragrance that is potentially on my wish list, but potentially too expensive. So I had a little like 1 ml. I bought a 5 ml just to like really give it a good test. It's very like fruity and tropical. It's probably more summer, to be honest, but I'm just too excited, so I'm going to start wearing it in the spring. We'll see how it goes. Clean Reserve Whipped Cherry. So I decanted it into this little spray bottle. I likened it to like an office cherry scent, which I would agree. It's a very like light cherry. It's close to the skin, but it is still very much a cherry scent. I'll just wear the rest of this. I like it enough. Another thing that I'll be testing is Maison Mataha's Invasion Bonbon. This is like a strawberry marshmallowy kind of fragrance. Very candy-like. So because of that, I don't think it's too different from a lot of the strawberries I'll be testing, but I'll just finish this up. It's nice enough. Another thing I'll be testing, this is Brown Girl Jane's Carnivale. This is like a floral mango scent. I'll just use up the rest of this. I'll also be testing, well, I've tested this before. I had a bigger decant of this, and this is just in the sample that they've sent me now. This is the Seven Virtues Candied Lychee. I do really like this. It is a very like thick, syrupy lychee fragrance. I don't know that it's so different from other lychees that I have in my collection that I need this, but I do think about this from time to time, and I do like it, so I am excited to wear this little guy up. But this is Zarco Perfumes Pink Molecule. It's like an apricot champagne scent. I really, really liked this a lot, and it's pretty good price, so this might actually be the next thing I purchase, but I'll use the rest of this up and we'll see. But I really, really like this, so I might be buying that. This is Romance Rose by Ralph Lauren. Someone sent this to me. This just smells like roses to me. Yeah, it's just straight up rose. I like the smell of roses, so it's nice enough. I'll use this up, but I don't think it's anything special or unique or a different take on rose or anything. I think it's just a rose scent. That is the second time I've shot this spring video. Thank you so much for watching. What are you wearing in spring? What are you excited for? What are your go-to spring scents? I would love to hear about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you around.